So guys, you got expectations versus the actual reality of what's going on in the industry, what's going on in the hobby, how to overcome certain obstacles, identifying certain obstacles, and we're going to address a little bit of all of that. Try not to bore you guys with online versus vending. You need both. We keep telling you guys that. But this is going to be a really interesting video if you are currently into Crested Geckos, or if you're kind of iffy on whether you even want to get started with Crested Geckos. So let's dig in. Okay. What's going on is Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys with another video this week. And this is going to be informative and educational, I hope. Everything we put out is extremely positive. We don't deal with any negativity. We don't associate ourselves with any negativity. That's a part, believe it or not, of our business plan. And it's a very important part of this video. You know, Audrey and myself, we've been together for over a decade now. We've pretty much gotten married in the last year. A lot of people say, what took me so long? Audra's absolutely awesome. But again, you grow and you grow together as people. Some people grow apart. But I'm thankful we grew together, and we continue to grow as we learn new things about each other every day, every week, every month, every year, hopefully, as it comes. That being said, each individual person have their own specific attributes about them that can be positive or negative. We want to pull all the positive things out about each other and work from there. That was a part of how we built everything under the Flawless umbrella, and how we kind of approach the business side of things. In this video, we want to talk specifically about the worry in the hobby. I have found that it's a little less, but regardless, with the debate on politics, the economy, and it being an election year, this is a very important video to kind of put out there. If you're in the planning stages, videos like this should put you in a kind of in a preparation mindset. When everyone was riding high in the industry, period, reptile industry, when things were going well, was during COVID, was when things was really bad. Yes, there was a lot of, I guess people say, money being put out there to stimulate the economy, and people use that excess money on things that they just wanted to enjoy. Everyone was quarantining, or should have been quarantining. You had all these scares here and there, which definitely affected the hobby. You had a lot of people who started businesses, reptile businesses, like we did with Flawless Exotic Creations. If you don't follow us over there, go over to Flawless Exotic Creations and give us a follow. We talk business and ball pythons over there. Also, you get to see how someone starts a business where it's already been established, and tons of other people are ahead of them, are doing the same projects as them, and we still are trying to etch out our own lane and go that route. So you can kind of go down that rabbit hole and watch a ton of videos over there, and we appreciate you guys' support. So hit the subscribe button here as we elaborate a little bit on the business side of things. Number one rule when dealing with the Crested Geckos: don't start a Crested Gecko business if you don't literally enjoy keeping the keeping side of Crested Geckos. It can be extremely overwhelming in certain situations where you have no joy in the care side of things. If you don't enjoy them, it's going to turn into more of a job, more of a task, more of a hate relationship, especially when sales may be down or interest may be down. You will have a very lackluster approach to finding out new information in the industry, new genes, new things that's going on, whatever it may be associated with said business. It's a good sign to be almost, 9 years in, and we are still excited about breeding season. We are still excited about certain eggs hatching. We are still excited about non-monetary eggs hatching, meaning you have certain projects with any reptile are gonna be monetarily valued higher than others. We treat our cheapest breeding project the same way we treat our most expensive breeding project. Honestly, to be completely fair and transparent, over the years we've learned to actually pay a little less attention to our most expensive, let's say even monetary return on it is higher, ROI, return on investment. We've learned to pay a little less attention to those projects and more attention to other projects, because when you have those breedings, you Crested Gecko breeders out there know this to be true. Comment down below. Every single time you're depending on a certain breeding to go, and you're literally, watching and seeing if they're locking and checking for eggs and, waiting on that first batch of eggs, and they come through and they're infertiles, and then, you go halfway through the season producing infertile eggs. It's because literally it's on the brain all the time, and you want that pairing to go so much that it won't go for you. It's happened year after year after year for us. But the moment we literally hit that switch and say, let's stop focusing on that, that's the first group, the first, gecko you want to go and peek in on, the first, egg box you want to check. Now everything's in a cycle where we literally take pictures, we, take them out, we handle them, we enjoy certain geckos. Certain geckos have certain personalities. It's really cool. And then when we get to that phase, and you kind of just go through the motions. But that's not for this video. The dig in, during COVID, most people started their businesses. Most of the reptile businesses that were already here started booming. And a lot of people didn't check their boxes. You didn't cross your T's and dot your I's. Everything is simple business on that side of things. It's always going to be supply and demand. Demand was high, supply ended up dwindling very, very low, even for people that had high supply, because there was an infusion of people of interest into the hobby, which made the customer base broaden, which means the supply that was already there was not big enough for the demand. So everybody experienced a boom. They experienced their, cresteds, jumping off their table at shows. You post something on a website or online, it's jumping off your site. You're shipping left and right. We did, shipping left and right. We go to shows, having a killer of a show that you forget to kind of set your foundation. You get used to the animals kind of speaking for themselves and selling themselves to a certain extent, that you don't do the extra legwork. And I'm speaking about that because guess what, guys? Right now, that stuff can really pay off. Sometimes we come in contact with other breeders and they're, wanting mentorship. We don't really see ourselves that way. We see ourselves as a breeder that wants to bring more positivity into the industry. Check us out on Patreon. That's as close as we can get to a mentorship program as we can.
Hey guys, Flawless Crested Geckos here, Will and Audra.
And we're here to tell you guys about our new Patreon tier. Have you guys ever played the lottery, lose, and get all your money back?
That's not really a thing, is it? Oh, but yes it is. With our new tier, the $100 a month, you get every single bit of your money back. That's for right. The entire year. But guess what? It doesn't end at the end of the year. Right. No, you have rollover. So you can continue to build your savings account as much as you would like. Right. But guess what? That's not all.
That's right. You also
is the biggest perk?
Are automatically entered for our annual free Exantic giveaway. visual Xantic.
A
That's
free
right, guys.
visual Xantic. Oh my gosh. Who
Yes.
does that? We do.
That's right. So you guys are going to want to go over to patreon.com/flawless Crested Geckos and check us out.
Join the Flawless family.
As we can. Everything, I don't know if you have been under a rock and you haven't seen some of our commercials or even some of our members on Patreon and our, Flawless family group. You'll know that we treat everyone with respect. All the money that you're spent, you can literally use it to purchase geckos, whatever it may be. We have merchandise. We have a little bit of everything. But we try to walk everybody through. If you have a specific problem that's for just that one person, we try to give you as much knowledge as information as we may have. And if we don't have the information, we'll go out and try to seek the information for you. We try to extend all our resources to help improve the business side of what you want to approach, and also to ease your expectations if we've been through something and we have that experience. That being said, it's a wealth of knowledge over there, so you're going to want to go over there and join. On top of that, we do a ton of giveaways. I believe we have another one coming up for this month's giveaway. We do a giveaway every month. But besides that, Geckos pretty much jumping off your table and you're not having to really market, promote, advertise. We were marketing, promoting, and advertising during that same time, which increased our reach. We were able to reach customers that had no knowledge of who Flawless was. We really boosted everything here on this platform on YouTube, where it actually provides a library of videos for enthusiasts, breeders, keepers, or people that's just interested in crested geckos to come here. And now you have literally playlist after playlist, video after video. I think we may have even 200 videos up here where you can come and literally deep dive through our experience, our ups and downs, whatever it may be, complete transparency with you guys, and kind of telling you exactly what you should do in our opinion, and not trying to say that this is the only way. But when we face these questions from other breeders and keepers, we tell them the same thing. When things were going really, really well, we anticipated, hey, things can't ride high the entire time. What are you doing at that moment to make sure that in the future you can continue doing what you enjoy? So we promote it, we market it, we advertise, we made sure we want to get in front of potential customers or people that's just interested. We were getting in front of people that weren't interested, just to educate and maybe spark interest. Therefore, when times hit, because we have seen an influx in sales now going up, but when times hit and sales went down, I don't want to say we wasn't affected, but it didn't affect us greatly. Because on the business side of things, as we express on Patreon, when you have excess coming in and it's way above, what you're anticipating, what you're expecting, that is the time that you capitalize and you pay down your debt if you have any. If you can have a business functioning with zero to none, close to no debt, then that means everything you can bring in is revenue that can keep you or put you into the black for your business. Your business needs to strive to get into the black as fast as possible. Again, you don't get to really establish a business in these days right now, kind of putting everything on credit. There's a lot of people who started their businesses, maxing out credit cards, and they're winning right now. But when you max out your credit cards, let's say for instance right now, in trying to start a business, make sure that you've already devised a plan on how to get back into the black. That doesn't involve collection agencies. But again, you want to start that and strategically put out content, some form of fashion. If you're a TikToker, Audra does our TikTok, do that. Whatever it may be, just give it 100%, because if you can excel at certain areas of the hobby, you're going to spark more and more interest in you. Actually, Daytona should be a prime example. We killed it in Daytona. We did very, very well. And I would like to say it was by design. It kind of was, because we've marketed, we do these videos consistently every single week. We come into you guys with a video or multiple videos, majority of the time. Consistency is key. So when you do your social media, no matter what platform it's on, do it like you have 1 million followers from day one. Do it like you don't care who's watching your videos or your content, but you're going to do it because you enjoy the process of doing it. Viewers can see that. We have actually go over to our Instagram. A lot of people check out our, reels when it comes to the geckos, our pictures when it comes to the geckos, our sales and events and things that we do. We also have a motivational piece that we come out with. I believe we're in the 70th episode or clip of it, maybe 80, where literally it has nothing to do with geckos or breeding. It's more of an empowerment. We identified that the industry as a whole had a lot of negativity going on, and a lot of it may be trivial to certain people, but there's people where every single one of those episodes will apply to someone, and maybe even if it has just a little bit of a chance of kind of getting them over the hump of a tough day, a tough time they're going through in life, then it's worth our while to actually keep that going. We've been approached at shows, literally been hugged and taking pictures and being thanked that we even do just that series of motivational and inspirational content. We feel that that's important. We found that negativity literally is like a fungus. It just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading, and we don't want to be a part of that. So we want to use our platform and our place in the hobby to promote positivity. So number 1, promote yourself. Number 2, market yourself. Number 3, brand yourself. We tend to take pictures with a white background. We have 3 or 4 of those boards. We bought them in wholesale. We keep them. We take other pictures as well, but typically, even if you don't see our watermark and you see a picture like that, with that format and that background, you're like, oh, that's a flawless gecko. That takes time. That takes years of posting consistently to get that brand identification. How did we come up with that? Nike, you look at brands like that where you see, you'll see the Nike word on certain things, but everyone in the world, you see that Nike swoosh, that's Nike. They don't even have to have the word Nike next to it. So brand identification, brand recognition, put all of these things into your toolbox. These are the things we talk about on Patreon, and you can be successful for the long haul. Stop looking for the short-term turnaround. A lot of people, a lot of breeders that may be having issues, even the ones that's expressed it to us, that they have issues, say, moving inventory or moving geckos or having to drop prices or do this and do that. We have a lot of people that come to us that love our geckos, don't get me wrong, but they literally want a gecko from us that hopefully fits into their projects that they're working, but want a gecko from us because it's from us. And that literally blows our mind. It's a proof of concept for us that we need to stay on track and keep doing what we're doing. You set your prices, be competitive, but you don't have to be the leader of the race to the bottom. Whatever your project is, I won't use Exantics or caps or say we have a little bit of all, but empty backs, we'll use that. We do not have the cheapest empty backs, but in our opinion, we have some, again, it's just an opinion, some of the best empty backs out on the market, period. And we've been offered insane amounts for some of our empty back breeders in the now, where people say the economy is very, very challenging, and it may be a bad move for us. We're not saying that we do everything right. We're just trying. We're trying our very best to put our best foot forward. We've been offered literally $10,000 for Cringe. Cringe is absolutely stunning, beautiful. Every single year that she breeds, I believe the year before last, she took the year off, but every year that she breeds, she drops nothing but fire for us. And to us, like literally the monetary value we can gain that can help us, with sales and everything isn't worth losing out the quality that she infuses into our projects. So again, Identify what your pros and your cons are in your collection. Constantly keep improving your collection. Do not stay stagnant. If you stay stagnant in your collection, it's the same as moving backwards. Work within your means. Don't overextend. If you have a budget per year, per month, whatever it may be, stay within that budget, because if you overextend, then you can end up closing your doors before you're ready, because you're forced to. Again, take all this positive information, put it into play, slide in our DMs and our inbox if you have actual personal questions that just apply to you, that you don't feel open to putting in the comments down below, and we'll do our best to answer and help you along the way. Again, we can all do this our own way. You put your own little twist on it, it's going to be way different than our twist. There's room for everyone in the hobby right now. There's a ton of people interested in crested geckos. Work your lane. Don't work other people's projects unless you are going to take it in a completely different direction. Anyway, that's all I got for you this week, guys. It's Will, Flawless Crested Geckos, and we out.